my senior year in high school, my AP chemistry teacher brought in a few guest speakers for us to tell us, what you could do with a chemistry degree or a chemical engineering degree. And we had one guy come in from Exxon, talked about what he did every day, how the plant worked, the chemicals they made, the oil they refined, and it just sounded really interesting to me. So I was pretty much set then and decided that I was going to be a
In my high
chemical
school,
engineer.
I had a really great chemistry teacher, and I knew that chemical engineering was a really broad, really diverse topic. You could have a lot of different professions with it, and so that kind of leaned me more towards chemical engineering more than anything else, and I've really loved it. I love the little bit of burst of chemistry that you get with all the
You
full
get
on
to solve problems all the time. You get to create things and design things based on your interest and your creativity. So, I mean, I would say that if you have that interest in math and science and you're looking to design and create and be innovative, then Chemie is for you, and you can do a lot of great things with it.
I like to encourage all of our students to consider doing an internship or a co-op program. That's really a big deal to the people I talk to in industry. And while you're doing that, it does two things for you. Number one, you actually get to work with chemical engineers on a day-to-day basis, and you get to really see what chemical engineers do. And it's kind of like a dry run for you. You say, hey, is this something I want to do for the rest of my life? Is this something I'm going to enjoy? So I think it's crazy valuable experience there. The second thing is the company gets to learn a lot about you. I can't tell you how many students I know who got a job offer before their senior year even came around because they had done so well at a co-op or an internship. So you learn more about the discipline, companies learn more about you, the research is invaluable. And I can tell you from talking to people that work in industry, if their choice is somebody who's got a 4.0, who's never been into a chemical plant or never been into a refinery or anything like this, versus somebody who's got a 3.5 with 3 or 4 semesters of co-op and intern experience, they're going to take the person with the experience. So experience is valuable. Definitely don't underestimate the value of a co-op or an internship.
A big part of being an AICHE is being involved in the chemical car team. Every year, LSU builds a car that runs in a chemical reaction, and we go to a conference where we compete with others. Joining the LSU Chemical Engineering car team is a great way to get involved in the department. You will interact with upper-class team members, professors, industry sponsors, and other chemical engineering car teams at other schools. In addition to applying chemical principles to make the car work, team members will learn the basics of engineering design, economics, process safety, and how to work in a team setting.
Enabled me to work on problems that I love. I'm really into learning more about cells and how they behave, and especially how they can misbehave and you lead to serious diseases like cancer. And chemical engineering has given me the skill set to work on these problems in a logical manner. We can look at cells almost as kind of little bio factories, if you will, and by all the training we have in chemical engineering, we can apply that systems training to cells as well. So it enables me to work on something I'm passionate about with a skill set I developed in chemical engineering. We're always looking for enthusiastic undergraduates to work in our research lab. A lot of programs here at LSU have funding available for an undergrad to work in a lab, and you think, hey, I wouldn't love a lab, but a lab's nice. It's, you're learning about cutting-edge chemical engineering and stuff that's too new to be in textbooks. And I see a lot of times what excites me is I see students, kind of the light bulb goes off in their head when they're working in their research lab. They say, wow, I didn't know chemical engineers did this kind of stuff. I didn't know I could work on biofuels and be a chemical engineer. And the next thing you know, they're interested in going to grad school, getting a PhD, they're becoming a researcher, and they're impacting their world through the research. So I always encourage undergrads to definitely consider working in a lab as a research associate.